you got to have an ambition. You got to have a goal in life, you know, or you don't go anywhere. It's like a treadmill. You ever been on a treadmill? You don't go nowhere. You just stay in one of those spots. You don't go nowhere. Your feet are moving, but you're actually going nowhere. And that's the way it is with a lot of people in the church. They're going nowhere. I mean, they're in the church and they're doing all the right things. You know, they're raising their hands, they're coming to church, they're praising God, but they're constantly defeated. You know? I mean, they're up one week and down one week, up. It's just like a roller coaster ride, isn't it? Like a yo-yo. You know, the word faith is an action word. You got to do your part. Like I said, and God will do His part. And sometimes we expect God to do everything, but God don't do that. You know, you have to do your part too.
Yeah.
You know. So others can't hinder us. I remember running, and you get to the line, and all these guys would be there. They'd be talking what they did a month ago, or 2 weeks ago, or last year. They said, "Well, I ran this certain distance and amount of time." I never paid attention to that because I said, "This is another day. This is today." And like those Bill said, we can't look back at yesterday, what happened. You know, we learn from our past mistakes. But you know, you can't live in the past. The past is gone. You can't change nothing. You learn from your past, hope you don't make the same mistake again. But you can't live in the past. And I remember listening to these guys, and I said, "Well, this is another day. This is today." You know, they try to play with your mind, you know, mind game. So sometimes people can hinder us if we let them. If we let them. And I know we're all going to run into people that are negative, and you just kind of listen to them, you go your way. Because, you know, we live in a negative world. You know, you listen to the news. Most of the news is, what, negative. I mean, hey, nothing good. And that's the society we're living in today. Just a lot of negativism in the world. So keep your mind on the things of God. You know. When something happens to you, you know, that God's in control of the situation. But God knows where you are this morning. You know, God knows what you're going through. Trust Him this morning. So what are we striving for this morning in this spiritual race? What are we striving for?
I'm always striving for more of the Lord. Amen.
A runner, I'll show you what a runner's striving for. This.
For the goal.
A ribbon. Or one of these things. Yeah. That's what we're striving for now. I guess I was pretty good in track. I mean, I never finished last. There was races that I won, there was races that I lost, you know. But, you know, that's what I was striving for, to try to beat everybody I could. You know. Right. But that's what we're striving for as Christians this morning. We're striving to get to the end of the finish line. There's a little film that I want to show you. Now watch this. Watch what happens to this girl. I found this on God Vine, it's a Christian internet thing. Did everybody see over there? Well, this girl's a senior in Wisconsin and running a Big Ten 600-meter race. It's 4 laps on an indoor track. Okay.
The 600-meter underway. Heather Dorgan in Minnesota finished second this track a year ago. She was in lane 4.
And Dorgan is probably going to be your favorite. She actually won the NCAA championship in 2006 and 800, but she only won one Big Ten championship in 2 years.
3 laps. In this event, 600 meters, 3 times around the 200-meter track here at the field house.
She's looking very confident, and the Penn State runner is just running amazing today. She did win her meet in the 400, but ended up taking 4th overall.
That's Fondor moving into the lead, sophomore from Penn State. Dorgan running second.
Dorgan last year scored 23 points for the Golden Gophers in their Big Ten championship, so they're really relying on getting a lot of points from her this weekend, and she's just coming up Fondor now in the home stretch, hanging with the bell.
Dorgan falling down, gets up quickly, but that's going to cost her. Lucky she wasn't injured.
Her teammate just went to the front though, so they may be able to recover from that. And Dorgan is flying down the backstretch. She is going to catch Fondor, and she may catch the leader.
Wow.
She's got 5.
This is a gutsy effort on Dorgan.
She's running it good.
Dorgan coming down the stretch from the outside. Dorgan coming out strong.
That is amazing.
Wasn't that something? She fell down. But what you do? She had a choice. You know, later on, there's another film clip. There was they asked her why to get back up. She had to finish the race. Do you know something about that race? Nobody in the stands, her teammate, didn't help her. Nobody helped her get up. Now she could have just quit. So well, I fell down, she got on the sideline and started crying like a lot of us Christians sometimes do. She fell down and she would, what, maybe 10 yards, 15 yards in the back. But she kept on going, and guess what? She won. She didn't win by much. I think she won by 0.4 of a second. Not very much, but she won. You know, it's not so much how many times you fall down, but how many times are you going to get back up? We're all going to fall down in our spiritual race. Are you going to get back up? You know, nobody can help her, but you know, in the spiritual sense, you know, when we fall, we can help each other. You know, God is the problem solver this morning. God can help us get back up. But you know, when we fall, the longer you stay there, the harder it is to get back up. You know, you can feel sorry for yourself. So, and I guess we've all done that. Woe is me, gloom, despair, and agony on me, deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for no bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. They used to sing that song on, what was the name of that program? Anybody know? Hee-haw. We can feel sorry for ourselves, you know? But just remember this, no matter how hard or bad you've got it, there's always somebody out there worse off than you are. You got to remember that. No matter what you're going through this morning, somebody else is going through worse than you are. So next time you get hit, just remember, hey, God is in control. God is the problem solver. And God will, sometimes I think God lets us go through things so He can get our attention. You know, sometimes we're so busy doing everything else that we don't think about God. You know, I know Vince. Now, Vince, let me ask you a question. If your little boy had never gotten taken away from you, do you think he'd be at church this morning? Probably not, wouldn't it?
Probably not.
Probably not. But, you know, God let this happen, but God's going to work things out for you. But if his son had never left home, he got to take away, probably Vincent probably never be in church this morning. Probably his daughter wouldn't be either. But the fact that the son's gone, he realized, hey, I got to do something. And the fact that he's been faithful, God will be faithful to him. And things will work out. Trust me, God will work things out for you. You know? So this girl, she got back up and she won the race. You know? But like I said, she just stayed there and never finished. You know? And I guess later on, from what I understand, she's trying out for the Olympics right now this summer. So, you know, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. There's a scripture in 2 Timothy, verse 4, chapter 4, and verse 7. Somebody read that. 2 Timothy, chapter 4, and verse 7. This is what it's all about.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
That's why we're running this morning. Spiritually, we're going to finish this course. You know, it's not over with until either God comes back for us in the rapture or we take our last breath. So you got to keep running.
Right.
Day after day, you got to keep running. You know? Sometimes it's hard, but you got to keep running. Don't quit. Don't quit. I used to irritate me when I was a kid that people call you quitters. You know, I hate being called a quitter, don't you? But you know, there are people that you know today that are quitters. You know people that have served God a long time and they're no longer serving God for some reason or another. My sister Lehman back here, she's been taking chemo. But you know, she didn't feel sorry for herself, but you know, she's going on for God. She's going on for God, and that's a testimony in itself. You know, she used to stay home all the time and just feel sorry for herself. Woe is me. But she's not. You know. There's a poem I'd like to read. It's called the Don't Quit poem. When things go wrong, they sometimes will. When the road you're trudging seems all uphill. When the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when he might have won, and he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Off the goal is nearer than it seems to faint. Father man, often the struggle has given up when we might have captured the victory's cup. And we learn too late when the night slipped down how close we were to the golden crown. Success is failure turned upside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're the hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Author unknown. You can't quit. You know, if there's a cheering section in heaven, I don't know, just spiritualize it this morning, but you know, if there's a cheering section in heaven, I can just imagine the angels up there cheering us on in this race that we're going through this morning. Just keep going. Just keep going. You know, we're almost finished. The race is almost done.